Okay, boys. By that I mean just Bantha.
One boy.
Just one boy. You know what's coming up soon?
No, actually,
what's coming?
I don't think I do.
There's a little Nintendo Direct of sorts coming soon.
Ayo.
A little bit of Nintendo Switch 2 action.
Oh.
You know, it's a game that's
already
been confirmed for Nintendo Switch 2.
Shit.
Do you know?
I think it was like a fucking Sunshine 2. Yeah.
Yeah, true. And did you know in Sunshine 2 they're gonna have 24 characters per mission? 24 characters at once, bro. That's insane.
24 characters under the sun. That's crazy.
So I thought it would be a pretty cool idea if we just made a list, a list of characters. Cool guys that we could play as.
Yeah, man. I think it's a good idea. In fact, it's such a good idea. I have a list of 30-something characters already. What do you think?
Crazy. I also have a list of that many characters or so. What are the chances, man?
What are the chances? We have the same idea.
So here's how it's gonna work. We already have 24 characters in the game. That's been confirmed through low resolution screenshots. We'll just assume those are all correct. I used Mario Wiki for reference.
Yeah,
so the characters already in the game: Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Rosalina, Yoshi, Toad, Wario, Waluigi, Toadette, Birdo, Pauline, Koopa, King Boo, DK, Bowser Jr. Also, a lot of characters already. Lakitu, Shy Guy, 5 children.
5
Just 5. I feel like these are all like the basics. Like, I mean, if you were to make a roster, I feel like every one of these characters makes it, except I could do without maybe Baby Daisy and Baby Rosalina. I could live without them, honestly. I didn't need them, but whatever, they're here. I feel like at 3 babies I was capping out. Well, it's alright. We got the rest of them all, just the standard fare of what I think we should get. But, what if we brought it up to a nice 60 characters, bro? 60 characters in the game? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, you have to have some sort of one-up from the previous game, which was Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is a hard high bar to follow up on. I'm so excited for this to maybe be a thing.
So what we're going to do is we're going to get 36, is it 36 or the math right? Yeah, 36 characters that we're going to make our playable roster with. I'll be honest, I actually predicted it's going to be about 50 in the game, but we're doing 60 for fun. And, we're going to make our ideal roster between the two of us. We're going to put it together.
It's going to be fun. We'll see.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start with something basic, I'll also throw in the rules that I'm going to have 10 of each weight class minimum. Just because I feel like you should have a little bit of variety in there. But yeah, I'm going to start with something basic. A character that's been in past Mario Kart games, and I feel like it's a little strange they're not already in this game. Right. I'm just go ahead and say Diddy Kong.
Right.
I feel like Diddy Kong, we're like... Do you agree Diddy Kong would just put that guy on the roster immediately?
Definitely agree.
It's crazy that he hasn't been even shown yet. I feel like Diddy Kong should be in every Mario spin-off game,
He's pretty much in most of them. Since Double Dash, right?
Yeah, he wasn't in DS or 7.
No, he wasn't.
Mario Kart 8 until the booster course passed, Wave 6, but eventually he made it.
It took a while, yeah.
I'll give you a spoiler. That's not the only Kong I'm going to be suggesting today. I've dug into the adjacent franchises a little bit for my roster. But yeah, we agreed on Diddy Kong. I thought that was just that's like the guaranteed. We're both going to put him in.
Yeah, for sure.
Makes sense. All right, Bantha, hit me up. What do you bring to the table?
We already have Toad, right?
Yeah.
We already have you're gonna have Toadette.
Oh, I know where this
but
is
you
going.
know,
I know where this is going.
you know where this is going, and this is like, I just love this guy, man. I had to put him in. I realize we don't have enough Toads in this game. He's been has a long while leave of absence. It's maybe like, was it Mario Party? No, he was in, I think, one of the Sluggers games. I think
he was in both the baseball games. I think the rosters just don't get dropped. So yeah, I think he was in both of them.
In both of them. I think that might have been the last like playable appearance he's been in.
I think that was the only one. I think he's only playable in Mario Baseball.
Okay. Which, and by that, you know, I am putting in Toadsworth. Toadsworth is on my list.
Alright, so I'll be honest, Toadsworth is not on my list. It was on my maybe pile. He was on there and then he got taken out at some point.
Damn.
But, you know, I think I could consider putting him in. We'll put him in maybe. We'll put them in immediately if we both have them. We'll start chunking away from that maybe pile and making an even 60 as we go. Toadsworth, that's fair shot. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, keep up with your theme of old men.
Oh.
Alright, you know, another old guy. Another character that I think would fit into the light category. I'm suggesting Professor Egad.
Gasp.
You know, Luigi's Mansion character, a character that was actually in the code for Mario Kart DS, but never actually made it to the final roster. So,
I think that's cause for concern.
I feel like Egad how has he not been playable in anything? Like, he's not playable in anything, bro. I want to play Egad, at least in some things. He's not in Mario Kart, Mario Party. He didn't even make Mario Baseball. They put fucking Paragoomba in that game.
Paragoomba. True.
So I think we should put Egad into this roster for Mario Kart 9, 10, whatever this is going to be called.
I agree. He's on my list as well.
He's also on your list. You should also put him as a light character. I just think he's a small guy.
He's kind of a small guy. He's like shorter than Luigi.
Yeah, I think he's more medium than Egad would be. I think I'm like fucking something up right.
Egad's just an old googly-eyed inventor.
Yep. Alright, we got 2 characters on the list already. Bantha, where are we dropping?
Where are we dropping? Okay, this time I'll actually do something very simple. In which, like, if we was, you know, he's the DLC in Deluxe by the end of it, I think. Yeah, he was.
Okay.
I don't think we don't have Wiggler yet.
Yes, Wiggler. I also have Wiggler. Wiggler's just the funniest looking guy. He gotta be in the game.
He's gotta be in it, man.
He's got so many hands, they're not doing anything.
Like, whenever he like turns and drifts, he just kind of like shifts like vertically, like
his arms are kind of like moving around weirdly while he's drifting because they're doing nothing. I like that. I'm a big fan of the Wiggler. You know, a hazard in some courses, but always a funny little guy, even though he's a heavy character. Very big, actually. But, you know, it doesn't matter how big Wiggler is, he's a little guy at heart.
It's so true. You know, Wigglers come in various shapes and sizes.
Yeah. I think we're specifically just going for Wiggler, not like a butterfly flutter Wiggler. I think just a wingless little friend. That's huge.
Just a Wiggler.
I like that when he gets hit, he turns red angry.
That's very funny. That is what he does. Just turns very red.
Right, so far we both put down a returning character each, and we both brought in a new character that's never been playable before. I'm gonna go back to like just another basic returning character. Don't worry, that's not my whole roster here. But just another character that I feel like I feel like it should be in the game. And just like they were there before, just keep bringing them back. I'm saying Dry Bones.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, put him in.
Yeah, like
I actually I was gonna put him on my list, but at the same time, like he's just kind of like a dead Koopa.
Yeah, you know, there's some debate for whether he's a costume or not. I didn't really put too many costumes. I feel like Dry Bones is kind of taken on its own a little bit, you know?
Yeah, he's definitely his own character for sure.
So, if you didn't put him in, I'll just put him in the maybe pile. But I like Dry Bones. I like the homie Dry Bones. He's one of my guys for sure.
Yeah. No, he's like, I had him on my thing. He's one of those like I just kind of replaced it for something else. But like that kind of gives you like a thing that I didn't really like. The characters on my list, there's no like reskins or there's no like Todokis, there's no Cat Peaches, nothing like that. There's no I'll give a little bit of a spoiler. I didn't put Dry Bowser on my list.
I can firmly tell you Dry Bowser's in my maybe pile. He didn't make the final list. In fact, I would say Dry Bones is the only reskin type character I have. I just think Dry Bones is kind of his own thing enough that I would consider him his own character.
He has been in like a decent amount of Mario Kart games, to be honest.
But he could just be a costume that would work for me too, as long as it's still there, right?
Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, I think it's good. Dry Bones. Okay, well in that regard, for me, I guess I'll also go like something. I will say like I kind of dug into the miscellaneous enemies of the Mario Kart of the Mario series.
Yeah,
that fits in like characters that are in like Mario Party. You know,
I think I know what you're about to say.
But I want to put Spike in this game. I think Spike would be kind of fun.
Spike, okay, but not what I was thinking you were gonna say as far as the Jamboree guy.
Well, there's other characters.
Yeah, Spike. So I don't have Spike on my list, but he was actually in Mario Party 10, not Super Mario Party the original.
Yeah, okay.
I think he might have shown up in the background of Super Mario Party though. Yeah, I don't have him on my list. I do have him on the maybe pile. I had a feeling you might mention him too. It was just it's a cutthroat list, you know.
No, yeah, like. It's because the main Forest was like he's just been in a lot of like spin-off games like Mario Party. He's in Mario Tennis on the Switch. He's in a bunch of spin-offs. So like I thought it was kind of fitting. He's just a cute little guy.
He is kind of a cute little guy. He's got really weird giant lips.
You know.
Yeah, I feel like you can like poke his lips a little bit. So recording had a bit of a hiccup. So we're back. We're gonna continue from where we left off. Everything beforehand is still there, so I think we're chilling. Last thing we mentioned was Spike. We were talking a little about him. He's on the maybe pile for now as a potential character to get in there.
Talking about he's just a cute little guy that spits out balls at you, you know?
Yeah, sometimes bars. He sometimes spits out bars. Spike bars, even.
Somehow he fits the bar in there.
He naturally builds them, you know. That he doesn't put them in; they just come out.
True, they just come out of his internal organs and stuff.
What do you want? What my next guy, eh?
Let's see what. Give me like a crazy one.
A crazy one. All right. We're gonna get a little crazy here. Something nobody is really thinking about. So let's get a heavy character.
Heavy. Okay.
So so we've seen characters get sized into weird, much smaller sizes to be playable in Mario Kart. Another character that may or may not be mentioned later, but not the character I'm going to mention now because I'm going to mention something crazy. All right. So.
Right.
And it's not Wiggler. We already mentioned him. So you go to the pyramids, right? You know the pyramid shifting sandland. You stand tall on the 4 pillars, and you go inside, and who do you see? You see I-Rock. You know?
Oh, shit.
You see I-Rock. It's just 2 hands with eyes on the hands. Giant hands. I'm saying we should put I-Rock in the game.
Damn, that's crazy.
That would be crazy, bro.
That would be crazy, because he was like a literal like boss in the DS Mission game.
True, he was also in Mario Kart. He has Mario Kart Legacy.
He was in the series once before, so it kind of counts.
Yeah, definitely.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, because he can definitely drive with both of his hands. So I think that works out. Alright, yeah, you pulled through. That was definitely a crazy one
Yep.
that I didn't expect, but it does work. It does work for sure. Alright. So yeah, okay, you got a crazy one there. Alright, I see. I'll respond in kind, I suppose, with my own crazy one. You know, we go back. Like we said before, talking about Super Mario Sunshine. You know, there's a bunch of crazy characters in that game.
Yeah. Some crazy characters.
There's a certain person. I mean, in a few levels, there's a bit of a costume going on, dressed as some of the characters in the game.
There's this character may have been on my list.
Hey yo, not as crazy as I thought. Alright. Yeah, put friggin' bro, what's his name? Il Piantissimo in this
Il
game.
Piantissimo. You see what's crazy is he's on my list. I do have Il Piantissimo on my list.
Christ. I'm just saying.
He was, in fact, the last character that I put on. It was a very big debate between one character and another character.
Oh, shit. I mean, like, you know, it makes sense. He's like bit of a deep cut pick, you know.
Yeah, nice deep cut, kind of a weird guy.
I'm saying, like, if he thinks he can beat you on land, let's see how he does on the road, bro.
And he is built for racing. That's his thing. He's all about the race.
Exactly. He knows. I think he knows the good lines that he can put in the game. So
yep,
we'll see.
Okay, that's a good pick there, especially because we both had it. We both had this crazy deep cut character. Also, fun fact about Il Piantissimo: it is known what the underside of his mask looks like, what his face looks like.
Yeah.
Through data mining, and he looks like the mailman from Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask.
Is that may hint at future racers? I don't know. Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe put him as medium. He does make our list already. He joins Wiggler, Diddy Kong, and Egad is already on the list.
Hey,
what a crazy set of characters.
That's so cool.
All right, let me reel things back a little bit. We were talking about Mario Sunshine characters that made their debut in that game. Let me bring up a character that we've already seen in Mario Kart before, and I think should just come back again. Just should always come back. Petey Piranha.
Yep.
My guy Peter Piranha. I feel like you can't go wrong with that guy. Especially because you kind of want a Piranha Plant character, but Piranha Plants don't really move. I guess he could put him in Mario Kart. Just put him inside a pipe in the cart, or plant him. I like Petey Piranha better.
Petey Piranha at least has like usable, doesn't have to go through the pot kind of legs to drive with.
Yeah, he does have little nub legs. He's got these big flaps of leaves.
Yeah,
I think the flower's kind of cute. Petey Piranha's kind of cute in a weird way, like terrifying way.
I agree. He's like a gentle giant, you know.
Yeah.
He's like, but yeah, like funny you say that because like I also have him on my list.
Yep, that's what I was thinking.
Definitely it confirms his heavy placement.
Easy Petey Piranha. Great character in Mario Strikers Charge, by the way. He has a cool theme song.
True. True. Yeah, it makes sense. He's from the like you said, he's from
islands,
Sunshine.
you know. He's from the islands.
The island tunes.
Alright, we can move on to your next pick.
Next one. Okay, let me see here. What can I do here? Okay, well, I guess I'll dial it back a bit as well. Another character has been in previous spin-off games like Mario Party. I think we should put Monty Mole in this guy.
Monty Mole.
Like Monty Mole.
Monty Mole's a character that I very much considered, especially because he's also in Mario Kart Tour. So he's already been
Yeah.
in Mario Kart.
That was also like a thing. I was like looking at like I pretty much like most of my list is like imagine this game being like everyone is here like Smash Ultimate.
Yeah.
Everyone that was a character should be in this game.
Yeah, you know, if we're being real here, if they're a base, they just put 200 characters in the game.
I mean, you know, I mean, you could.
I
It
do
is only
like
like
Monty
very
Mole.
much mostly aesthetic anyway.
Yeah.
Mostly aesthetic. Mostly.
I think I took out Monty Mole because of a character I'm going to bring up next, just as another rodent character I'm going to bring up right after. But, you know, I think Monty Mole would be nice to have. Monty Mole's already like a hazard in a bunch of stages, like Moo Moo Farm, Moo Moo Meadows, Donut Plains. Sometimes he jumps on your cart and just stays there. What's his problem?
What's his problem, man?
I think Monty Mole would be a
His
good
cart's
character.
only for one driver, bro.
Wasn't on my list, but I mean, I could consider putting him on. He's a light character, I assume. I think that's what his size is in Mario Kart Tour.
Like a mole guy.
So, the reason I took Monty Mole out of my list was because I thought there's another rodent that I want to put that has never been in a Mario Kart game. I don't think it's ever been playable in any game. It's I wouldn't say it's a deep cut character. They're in a lot of games, mostly Yoshi games. I like the little mouser. I like the little mouser, the little mouse guys that kind of have like a bandana around their eyes.
Oh yeah. I think they're hot shit.
You've definitely seen him before. And he showed up in Mario Kart Super Circuit on Cheeseland.
Oh yeah.
There's little
yeah,
mousers
like...
on the course that they deleted in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for some reason, but whatever. I just think
did that.
little mouses are really cute little guys.
Yeah,
I like their little like thief bandana thing that goes around their eyes. Their like mask.
Yeah, they're a little mischievous. Like they're just.
They steal your eggs in Yoshi's Island. They like yoink and then they're out.
And swiper, no swiping on this bitch.
Also, very common species in the older Paper Mario games. They loved using little mousers as their background species.
Oh yeah.
Shoutouts to great little mousers in Paper Mario like Nomady Mouse and Moustafa. Big fan of those guys. Shoutouts to Moustafa. And Miss Mouse, of course, a playable character in Paper Mario 1000 Year Door, one of your partners.
Oh yeah.
I think it's the little mouser is a great little guy to add to at least our maybe pile.
Yeah, because I personally didn't put him on, but I can see him on there. But like, okay, in that realm, I can give my other character, which I guess is sort of like a similar vibe, which is a bit of a mischievous lad that likes to nab things.
Ooh, I like where you're going with this one. Maybe.
You like where I'm going with this one? Yeah, let's just put Nabbit in this game, man.
Nabbit, yeah. Also on my list, I do have Nabbit.
Okay.
We got Nabbit on the list.
He's not only good at nabbing mans, he can just nab wins from you.
Nab some dubs, bro.
On the sticks.
Also, character playable in Mario Kart Tour, so it's not technically a new character. Just put him in another game.
Right.
Returning classic, sort of. Not really a classic, but he's there in at least one game.
He has been drivable in a Mario Kart game.
And yeah, he was in Super Mario Bros. Wonder. So, you know, it was just when he seemed like the Nabbit era was over. It was like, wait, he's back in a main series game, playable.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, he's still on the minds of Nintendo. I feel like that's a very realistic one, you know, unlike iRock.
I kind of want him to be in that. Now that you mentioned it.
iRock would be really cool. But yeah, Nabbit, I was thinking light character, but actually when I looked in Mario Kart Tour, it says that he's a medium-sized character. So I'm gonna put him down right now as a medium character. just
Alright.
because he was a medium character in Mario Kart Tour.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense.
Speaking of medium-sized characters that were in Mario Kart Tour, but no other Mario Kart games, I'm gonna go ahead and suggest a character that I thought was gonna be in the Booster Course Pass, but didn't actually make it. A Hammer Bro. They come in 4 variants actually in Mario Kart Tour. You got the Ice Bro, the Fire Bro, and the Boomerang Bro, in addition to the Hammer Bro. They're really just different colors. Nothing actually changes.
Yeah, you can make it. You can just make it like Yoshi and Shy Guy.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
those.
They're just palette swaps. I think that works. I'd like to see Hammer Bro playable. I know that's kind of like another Koopa, but yeah, this guy makes some funny noises. He was like "yo," and that's pretty funny. He has a helmet,
yo.
so he's always looking out for himself. He's got hammers.
He's very safe.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it just seems like a character they would add. I'm surprised he didn't make it to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but I feel like he'd make it to the next one. I'd like to see a Hammer Bro.
Yeah, I can see it. You can, no, yeah. He's like definitely one of those like enemies that, like your Wigglers, like your Monty Moles. Like you can see them in the game, for sure.
Yeah, Hammer Bro, of course, also a demon in the original Mario Bros.
Yeah, that guy's tough.
The most terrifying enemy in the whole game.
You just gotta completely avoid him, to be honest.
Yep. Almost makes it a necessity to have a Fire Flower to get past the levels with him.
Yeah, no, for sure. Okay, I'm gonna give one. Okay, I'll give this one. It's just put Funky Kong in the game. Just put him in the game.
Yeah, also on my list. I feel like Funky Kong just synonymous with Mario Kart in many ways. Like, I would put Diddy Kong before I put Funky Kong in, but I'm also putting Funky Kong in at the same time, so it doesn't really matter.
He's mainly defined by his Mario Kart Wii appearance, and then they brought him back.
Iconic character in Mario Kart Wii, pretty much the main character in many ways.
Which is funny, because it's Mario Kart.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Also playable in Mario Super Sluggers. He hits the ball with a surfboard.
That's pretty cool.
Also, the only difference between the Switch and Wii U version of Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is like, you can play Funky Kong now.
New funky mode.
Yeah, new funky mode. The Switch box art of Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, one of the best games of all time, by the way. You can reverse it. You can just change it to Funky Kong instead.
I think I remember that. Yeah, that's funny. That's pretty funny. Really embrace the funky.
Yep, embrace the funk. Yeah, he makes it on the list. It only makes sense, right? It's just the right thing to do.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and add another Kong to the list. I feel like there should be more Kongs. We're short on Kongs. There's only 3. There's another one. This one's another one from Mario Kart Tour that I'm planning to see return. That is Dixie Kong.
I also put it on.
Dixie Kong. It makes so much sense. It's just you got Diddy Kong, Funky Kong, Dixie Kong. You basically got everyone you need. Well, there's another one that you consider as far as Kongs go, but
I think I know the other Kong you might put.
There might not even be another Donkey Kong character. I might even put another one that's not a Kong. We get them.
I'll get some. Yeah. I see.
Go ahead and put Dixie Kong on our list. We like Dixie Kong. Dixie Kong was also like the best Kong in basically every game she's played. Because
she's pretty much like the third Kong.
She's the main character of a Donkey Kong Country game.
Yeah.
I think that's crazy in itself. On the SNES, Dixie Kong is playable in more Donkey Kong Country games than Donkey Kong is.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's
actually
insane.
Nuts.
That is insane.
Really, she's really like. Yeah, I think she's also in Sluggers.
Yep, she's in Superstar Baseball too.
In baseball, yeah.
She showed up in the Mario movie.
Yep. Yep. I remember that.
Alongside our good friend Diddy Kong.
Great pick. Dixie Cup Con. I'm in there. But you might be a little, I don't know about maybe peeved because man, I have a little bit too many of these. But I just kind of remembered this guy was a thing. Like, put you have so many babies. Just put baby DK in this guy.
Baby DK.
Baby DK.
Donkey Kong. I will say, baby Donkey Kong is the cutest of the babies.
He's really cute.
Kinda cute.
Like the big old eyes.
Big old eyes.
Just a big, heavy gorilla baby.
I would also like to show my respect for Baby DK because in Yoshi's Island DS, not a great game in my opinion, but you can have different babies that you carry, and they all have different abilities, and they all have a different cry when they get hit. Baby Mario, iconically annoying, you know. Baby Peach, pretty annoying. Baby Wario, that's like nothing could be worse than that. But Baby DK, you know, when he's crying, it's not that annoying. So that's special it is.
Like he does in the game.
Also playable with Mario Super Sluggers.
True, yeah. That actually, like, seeing him in that game also kind of inspired me.
But, you know, speaking of Donkey Kong related characters that are playable in Mario Super Sluggers, there's a certain guy that I need to mention. I would like to mention that of all the new characters, like characters that haven't been in Mario Kart before, this is the one I want the most. More than anyone. That is, of course, a certain King, K. Rool.
Yo, I actually almost put him on.
I didn't make your list. God damn.
I have another
King K. Rool.
Yeah, I think I would put him in, to be honest.
Gotcha.
But
King K. Rool, like I said, playable Mario Super Sluggers, the most based character they put in the game, and just just an icon of the SNES era. One of the coolest characters in Smash. He's just a very great character design, just a big fat croc with a giant crown and a cape. It's so basic, but it's so good, bro. It's so good.
Yeah, for sure.
He's just so cartoony, evil too, with that bloodshot eye. I love me some King K. Rool. He should be in Mario Kart. Make him the heaviest character in the game.
Even heavier than was it like Bowser? Like what Bowser?
Okay, you know what? Yeah, I take it back because iRock should be the heaviest character in the game.
iRock steer.
Anyways, King K. Rool, of course. He's the first character I put on this list. I'll tell you right now. That's a lie. I put Diddy Kong first, but then I put King K. Rool.
But then you put a King K. Rool. Yeah. No, yeah, for sure. He's like a staple.
Yep.
There should be more games, but okay. I got you. More simple character. Was actually playable in a mobile game, a certain Dr. Mario mobile game, which is really funny.
Dr. Mario, eh?
I think we should put Goomba Stack in this game.
The Goomba Stack, eh?
Not just a single Goomba, because I don't think a single Goomba can drive. You need a Goomba Stack, one on the pedals, one steering, and one looking around, maybe using items, you know?
Yeah. What size would Goomba Stack be? I feel like that is not a light character, but that's a heavy.
Heavy? Because there's like multiple guys.
It's a whole squad, bro. Is he a doctor also? A Dr. Goomba Stack?
Yeah, they're like 3 of them combined, they make a doctor, yeah.
That's sort of the exciting shot we got. Now we both put down characters that I'm not sure how they're playable, but they are. I put iRock, you put Goomba Stack. What's better than a Goomba? Just a bunch of them.
Just a bunch of them.
As a collective, they may even have PhD.
Exactly. The hive mind goes crazy.
Actually, that's crazy, bro. Some Goomba Stack. Not on my list, but Another one into the pile. Big pile.
It's getting like a big pile, but like it's a reasonable like pile with like reasonable characters. I think.
Yeah, I think some great options in there.
But yeah, what you got, man?
So, I'm gonna go ahead and bring us to a more new game. You know, a newer Mario game.
Mm-hmm.
Not actually that new at this point. It's been around for a long time. I'm talking about Super Mario Odyssey.
Mm.
There's of course Mario as a companion in that game that I feel like has been ignored by all these spin-off games that I don't see how he didn't make it into any of them, and that's Cappy.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we need Cappy playable in a Mario game. Mario Kart, next one. Show me Cappy, bro. Show me the homie Cappy. Even if he's not playable, imagine if he was an item. You just throw him and you just control the other guy.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool. Momentarily control someone else.
But yeah, I'd like to see Cappy playable. He'd kind of look a little bit like a Boo with a hat, you know? Because that's kind of what Cappy is. It's kind of like a Boo hat guy.
Mm-hmm.
Little ghost dude. He'd definitely be a light character. And I think he's pretty cute. I like all the hat people in that game. The bonnets, the Bontons, or whatever they're called. Bontonets.
Oh yeah. The bonnets.
But yeah, if we're gonna get any of them, just put in Cappy. You know? He's like the main character of Mario Odyssey after Mario. You know.
True. Yeah.
He has to save his sister in that game.
Yeah.
You know, she's with Peach. Tiara. Tiara did not make my list. Cappy made it, but you know.
I think with the fact that like Pauline has been like since Odyssey has been in a lot more Mario games, I think having Cappy would like just make like a lot of sense.
Yep, definitely. I'd like to see Cappy for sure.
You know what? Yeah, I think with that, I think I'll put maybe another one of my crazy picks. Debatably, no, it's not as crazy as my other crazy pick, but it is probably one of my crazier picks. And it's from a certain Mario Party game.
Mario Party.
I'm a big Mario Party fan. Though I haven't played this one as much. It's probably my least played Mario Parties because I never had it as a kid. But Mario Party 8 specifically, there's a certain master of ceremonies.
Oh.
Put Ballyhoo and Big Top in this game.
Big Top and MC Ballyhoo.
I think that would be a crazy pick.
Bro said, you know, let's put another hat guy in.
Let's just put another hat guy in. It just it was a nice segue to this one character. He did actually cross my mind. He did. I thought about it. He didn't make my list, but he was on my mind. I think that would at least he was
a funny guy. He'd be a pretty. He has a pretty iconic voice. He goes like, "Welcome to the Star Carnival" every time he starts a game.
Murno, yeah.
And I think he's probably my favorite host of Mario Party game.
Yeah, he's definitely like the most like unique host. It's either like Toadsworth, a bunch of other Mario characters.
I do like Tumble from Mario Party 3 though.
Oh, Tumble's a cool guy too.
Kind of little dice block guy. Pretty cool. Didn't make my list. That one didn't even cross my mind actually. So, this is Mario Party 8 vibes, but he's not a character from Mario Party 8. He's in the game, but he's not like known just for Mario Party 8. But he's in that game, and he was weird when he showed up. I'm suggesting a little cephalopodic friend. A little bit of a squirter, if you will. I'm saying we put Blooper in the game.
Holy crap, we have the same brain cell.
Huge. We got Blooper in there. Yeah.
Blooper's in the game, bro.
Fuck the Blooper item, by the way. Just one of the worst items. Get that out of here. Make him playable.
That'd be a really crazy like Smash trailer. Like he's just like he's about to splatter you. Instead of splattering you, he just gets in a car and he just
What
drives.
if he kicks you out of the car and he's like starts driving? The blooper
Front.
joins the race. That would be so hype, bro. The first time an item got upgraded to a character.
True, actually, yeah.
At this point, Boo still hasn't made the roster. He's too busy being an item or something.
Yeah.
But, you know, Boo kind of gets replaced a little bit by King Boo, but it's not really the same thing, I guess. Yeah, I like Blooper. Blooper's also playable in Mario Super Sluggers. I think those are the only 2 games he's playable in. Super Sluggers and Mario Party 8. No, I think he's in Mario Tennis
Yeah.
Aces?
He's in the Mario Tennis,
Aces,
Switch game.
Yeah.
With those aces.
And
Crazy, he's a crazy curve shot.
True, crazy curve shot. He's got like he's just a weird guy. And he makes weird noises. He makes like these really watery, gurgly noises. And I think that would be really funny if you get hit by a red shell and this thing passes you and it squirts on you on the way. He should squirt on everyone he passes.
Yeah, he's just, okay. Alright, I see you, man. Blooper, good pick, again. I like classic pick. Okay. I'll switch it up to a character that has been in a Mario Kart game before. Specifically in the handheld Mario Kart games. And he hasn't been brought back since this game. Really, I think it's actually I think his car is like the fastest, like the highest speed in the game. And that is Rob. I think Rob should come back. I think he fits in. Give him his classic speedy gyro car again.
Make him control like with his arms out. He doesn't actually touch the steering wheel.
He just like spins like the gyros on his car to move his car.
I'll tell you, Rob was another one of those that just got cut. Couldn't quite make my final list, but I do like Rob.
That's fine. Yeah, because it goes like with the thing I said before of like everyone is here kind of game. So like I had to put Rob in. To be honest,
of all the like Nintendo not technically Mario characters, I feel like he fits in the most because he's not even like another game character. He's just a Rob. He's just Rob.
He's just a Rob.
Rob, bro.
He's just Rob.
He has a cart that's legs. That's crazy. They're just legs.
Well, yeah, he's literally like a moving cart. To be honest, yeah.
Yeah, and I think his like little stacker one is the fastest cart in that game.
Yep. Sense.
I'm gonna go ahead and just I'm just gonna say something insane. Alright.
Insane.
Something
now we're getting
insane.
to this part of it.
Yeah,
we already got to insane picks.
We've had IROC. You mentioned IROC before. Not the only one of those insane, just nonsense characters I have to pull here. Another character that has to be resized to fit into a cart. Because it's just so extreme. This character might even... It's definitely bigger than IROC.
Yeah.
What if we're looking at another Mario Odyssey character, this time a boss? There's a little...
Okay.
This game that I like to play a lot. A series of games. Dark Souls. A lot of some crumbly castles in those games. Giant dragons. Mario Odyssey has a giant dragon in it. Called the Ruined Dragon. And I was thinking, what if we played as the Ruined Dragon?
Oh my god.
That would be crazy, bro. Tell me that's not the most insane thing you've ever heard.
You know what? Like, yeah, I thought it was maybe one of the rabbits, but I guess like I think I picked one of the rabbits, but yeah, like the Ruined Dragon, I definitely didn't expect that.
That's just
sure.
Just a crazy. That is the craziest one of the video. I'll tell you that. That's my craziest one. I honestly kept him on the list because of how crazy that would
Like the surprise factor. Like you imagine he's like an unlockable character. You unlock this dragon, and he drives it.
You're like,
Oh,
what the fuck, that dragon from Mario Odyssey?
how is he
That's
like
crazy.
fucking dragon jump scare for sure?
Literally just looks like a Dark Souls boss. It doesn't even look that much like a Mario character. It just kind of looks like a dragon.
It's the dragon. Yeah, it's the dragon.
It's up there with putting the T-Rex. That's another option, to be honest. So.
Yeah, if only this. I think I was actually thinking about it, but again, it is like just a T-Rex. It has very small arms. I don't know how it could drive, but it would be really funny. I would say my other crazy pick. Wait, if that's your craziest pick,
Yeah.
I feel like maybe I should respond with my craziest pick. Which I guess in hindsight is not as crazy as your pick, but it's like one of those where like you just don't expect this at all. It's not from a Mario game, it's from a Nintendo game. But like, you know, okay, I'll give you a hint. We mentioned it before. Oh, I mentioned it before. We mentioned a similar species before. A certain squid inking individual.
Okay.
You know? So my crazy, I think my personal craziest pick is I just thought it'd be really funny because I was thinking of the link for was it CDI.
Yep.
You know, if I'm so hungry, I can eat a blank.
Okay.
I want to put Octorok in this game.
An
I want to put
Octorok,
Octorok.
yeah.
That'd be really funny.
Octorok would be pretty cool. Another cephalopod in the roster if that makes it. Blooper's already on our list, as we know. That guy's already made it.
Yeah.
Octorok,
Like,
good show. Good, you know, I'm so hungry I could eat Octorok. Iconic line.
I can eat Octorok. I actually honestly have that that lives in my head rent free like every day.
I like the idea of while he's driving, his head's just jiggling because that's what his head's just very jiggly looking.
I like jiggling stuff.
Yep. They do that in the game. Their heads jiggle a lot while they're moving.
Yeah, and I was like, I know what I was looking at, like a bunch of like, because like the Octorok in my head was the one from like Melee, which is like the old purple one.
Oh, those ones, yo.
Where it's like not as like the ones from like the original Legend of Zelda, or like just the cuter looking one. But
Looking at those Melee like weird purple ones with the big.
Those ones, I think, like
weird eyes.
Those...
Let me get very basic here now. Just bring it all the way back the other end.
Let's bring it back. We were a pretty crazy streak we had going on.
Just go ahead and say a character that's in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Yeah, as far as the Booster Course Pass DLC goes. We mentioned two characters that were announced the same time as him. I'm saying Kamek comes back.
Yeah, I have him on the list as well.
Yeah, Wizard Boy, Kamek. I put him in medium because that's what he is in the games. So, also, Mario Kart 64 cut character just makes sense. A Yoshi's Island character while we're at it, you know?
Yeah, he's like the Yoshi's Island character, yeah. Mario movie character as well.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
One of the best characters in that movie. I liked it.
Behold, the king of the Koopas.
I think Kamek should definitely be there. I think Kamek should just be a staple. Can't go wrong with the bro.
Yeah, I agree. I think he was also, if I recall correctly, he was also a cut character in another Mario Kart game. I can't remember which one.
I want to say Mario Kart Wii was also cut.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think so.
So they did even consider him multiple or two times
before Mario Kart Tour finally said, "Yeah, you know what? You're playable. You're not gonna be a fucking bike called the Magic Cruiser this time."
Alright, Kamek. Okay, yeah. Maybe go back to the easy streak. Don't want to go too crazy yet again. So I think this video's been a lot of highs and lows of crazy and not crazy.
Gotta balance it out, yeah.
Which, okay, I think I'll go with this one I have because, we have it is another baby one, but it's another baby one which in which we have like we have pretty much the babies of all the main princesses, except this new one, which I guess is not really a princess, but just the main female character as of late. And just put like I think a baby Pauline would work well.
Baby Pauline, eh?
It's like the formula. Add a new female character, make a baby out of her, put him in a lot of the games. That's it.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not what I'm looking for, but it's a character I think will happen. If I were to guess, that is probably what they're gonna do. Make a baby Pauline. She has like a little hat, you know.
Yeah,
Probably
they can make it really
same
cute.
as Peach, Daisy, Rosie, but it's got like a little hat instead of the crown.
It's like the hat, like the top hats from like the band that she has in Odyssey.
Yeah,
Pretty kind of cute.
And yeah, I knew that doesn't exist, by the way. So you did just make up a character, but
also doesn't exist.
Also, a character everyone can expect without it even needing to exist.
I was thinking out of the curve. I'll tell you that much.
All right, let me go ahead and suggest another character that hasn't been in Mario Kart before, but does exist. But I think this one's a pretty realistic guess for a new character. Talking a Super Mario Party Jamboree playable character added alongside Pauline to the roster. We got Ninja.
I actually, he was on the tip of my tongue, my brain that I almost put in, but I didn't put him in.
Almost made your list, eh? Ninja. I feel like Ninja was kind of robbed of showing up in Ninja Hideaway. I don't know how they made a ninja-based course without Ninja being there. That doesn't make sense to me. But Ninja's kind of being is kind of a thing right now, bro. Playable in Mario Party Jamboree. Playable in Mario Golf Super Rush. There's that one level of Super Mario Wonder that's like a Ninja dance party. The Ninja speedruns in Super Mario Maker 2.
Yeah.
I feel like Ninja it just makes sense. It's time. It's the year of the Ninja, bro. Year of the Ninja.
I think the fact they're bringing him to more to like the forefront with like Jamboree and stuff.
Yeah.
That'd be like, just like another cute little guy.
Yeah.
Just add on the roster.
A Larry favorite, that one.
Yeah. classic Larry in their Jamboree videos.
Yep. That's his character, bro. So he somehow displaced Luigi with Ninja.
Which, crazy, but also not as crazy as you would think because it's Ninja.
Yep.
Because why not? Yeah. Okay, I'll put this one. I had a bunch of Yoshi characters,
Okay.
on this list. You might have an idea.
I might have an idea. You said Yoshi. I have an idea.
Because there's a certain Yoshi character that I'm pretty sure is playable in Mario Kart Tour.
Alright, I think the idea is the same right now. I think we're pretty much there.
I think we're gonna put Poochie in the game.
I'm here for the Poochie in the game, bro. We love Poochie. He's the cutest little guy, bro. He's just a round dog. His tongue is always out. He doesn't have ears or a nose, but he's still pretty cute. And he's just a good boy.
He's a good boy that likes for you to find him in Crafted World.
True.
Also in, I guess, Woolly World is in as well.
Yeah, there's that game called Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World, being the 3DS port of Woolly World.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I also have Poochie on my list.
As you should, I think.
I definitely had him there. Playable in Mario Kart Tour, so it seems realistic, actually. Very surprised character when he came to Mario Kart Tour, though. But it made sense considering Yoshi's Island course. We bring Pooch. We already got Kamek. We got Baby Mario. There's a bunch of Yoshi characters already there. Baby Luigi. I don't think Baby Peach and she showed up in Mario Yoshi's Island DS first. I think I showed in Mario and Luigi Partners of Time first, but
maybe, yeah. Yeah, she did show up in that one.
So Poochie does get listed as a heavy character because that's what he is in Mario Kart Tour, and technically Yoshi rides Poochie, so it makes sense he'd be a heavy character, kind of a bigger
Yeah.
Doge.
Yeah.
So speaking of Doge, speaking of good boys, he's another good boy in the Mario Kart series. Not Mario Kart, but Mario series, sort of. We'll say Mario adjacent.
I think I know the Doge you're thinking of. But I don't really think.
Good boy. He might even be ethereal. This one.
Yeah,
I'm talking about Polterpup.
Holy shit! I did actually think of him, but I think because I put Poochie, I was like, I could add another Doge on it, but I ended up putting him on.
I doubled up on the Doge. Like, put them both in. Get me both of those guys. We got Yoshi's Doge and Luigi's Doge. Did leave out Mario Shiba, though. He didn't quite make the list. But
Mario Shiba.
The one that shows up in Mario Odyssey with the little hat, that one's really cute. But,
yeah.
But I felt like that one looked a little too normal. Polterpup and Poochie are weirdos, and that's what makes them amazing. Polterpup, also a recurring character in Luigi's Mansion series. He shows up in Luigi's Mansion 2, where he's kind of a nuisance. Sometimes he takes the key and Luigi's like, oh man. But by the end of it, the game, he does adopt Polterpup as this little guy.
Oh.
Then he shows up again in Luigi's Mansion 3. So a recurring character. And I think
he should
recur into Mario Kart.
Maybe if you get they bring back Luigi's Mansion from DS.
True. I would like to see some Luigi's Mansion DS back with Polterpup.
I think I will transition to this other character who would be very fitting in a Mario Kart game. Not a Mario character, but is still a racer. And he had a bunch of courses in Mario Kart Deluxe.
I know where this is going.
Right, Deluxe. I think it would be kind of fitting. We already have side stuff like more humanoid character. Oh, I guess Mario's never humanoid, but like very just like human characters in like Link, and stuff like that. And I guess like Peach. Well, yeah, but yeah, like add Captain Falcon into this game. Put like another. Like go ham walls with it. Like when he's in the game, he's unlocked with like Port Arrow Town. Or something like that.
Yo.
Port Arrow Town.
Well, Arrow Town I guess is the GX, so you could just call it Port Town.
Port Town.
That would be pretty cool. We got a Port Town course with him too.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I'd like to see Captain Falcon. That would be pretty cool. It wasn't on my list, but I didn't put a lot of non-Mario characters in. It was a tough world out there, but he is on my maybe pile. He was considered. I do like Falcon, and I do like the courses the F-Zero courses in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I think Mute City is really good, and I think Big Blue is just one of the best courses ever.
It is really good. like different, like they're different like aesthetically because of like. Just like the F-Zero is just a very different aesthetic to Mario.
Yeah.
Like very high-end sci-fi aesthetic. And it's just like cool, man. It's like the rock music, like the remixes in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe are just insane.
Oh yeah, they're amazing.
They're so good. That's the Mario Kart band.
Yeah, definitely cooked with those remixes. The Big Blue one in particular, I really like. The Beach City one really good too. Even like the credits theme plays when you finish a race on those courses.
Yeah.
There was another character that I just put ahead of him. Another sci-fi character from Nintendo's catalog of characters. Another one that likes to ride vehicles, but not quite as human, but maybe a little human-shaped. Looking at Fox McCloud. I think Fox would be a pretty cool guy to add into Mario Kart. Come with like an R-Wing cart, that would be sick.
Yeah. Like, no, yeah, it definitely makes sense. Like, I guess you can debate, well, I don't know if you can debate it, but just like the Star Fox is just like a very very vehicle-driven sort of series where you pilot a locomotive to drive to different places.
True.
I think it
He
that
knows
makes
how to
sense.
ride. He knows how to ride. He knows how to race too. If the canceled Star Fox Grand Prix game is to be believed as something real,
Oh shit!
the thing that was rumored by like many sources that never actually came out, some game called Star Fox Grand Prix. Maybe that was just maybe that just means Fox is coming to Mario Kart. That's why that game didn't come out.
Maybe they do some like crazy Diddy Kong Racing sort of shenanigans. You can like fly in this game too.
True, and then Fox,
just
he has to be in the game at that point.
And yes.
I mean, if you had flying, Fox has to be in the game.
Like that, yeah. I would be okay with that. I would be okay with that personally. So I do like that. Who, like, again, you know, gonna bring characters from previous Mario Kart games that haven't been. I think he actually brought him back, I believe, in Tour. Very different kind of aesthetic that he had in that game. Kept his original aesthetic, I guess.
Okay.
I'm thinking everyone is here. Go back to Super Mario Kart. Bring DK Jr. in the game.
DK Jr. Okay, pulling up with the white tank top and everything.
Whole shebang. I guess he's kind of similar to like aesthetically to like I guess DK and Funky Kong with the white tank top. But
true,
you know,
it's like a combination. Playable in Mario Tennis 64, by the way.
Oh right, he is.
Crazy character they put in that game. DK Jr., of course, Donkey Kong's son. That I don't know is well, I don't know if he's real because I think Donkey Kong is DK Jr. and like the old Donkey Kong is Cranky Kong.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it would kind of be like a Mario, Baby Mario kind of deal then. In which case, that makes Baby Donkey Kong even weirder.
Wait, actually, now you say that, yeah. I don't actually thought that was.
It's like we got like every stage of his development here. We got like baby, we got like just a kid, and then a grown adult Donkey Kong. Just checking the boxes of his life cycle.
And his, you know, like evolution theory. You know,
True.
just from monk to us, yeah. Like a little bit different.
So, I'm gonna go ahead and get my last Kong suggestion out of the way. There's one last Kong, my favorite Kong. Just in my opinion, the peak of Kongs. I'm saying Lanky Kong. Yeah. I think Lanky Kong is kind of the peak of Kong character design. This Kong has a funny face. He can handstand when he needs to, and stretch his arms out just for you.
For me.
He can inflate himself just like a balloon. This crazy Kong just digs this tune, in the words of legend Grant Kirkhope.
Yep. As he does.
I think Lanky Kong should just hit. Yeah, you know he was playable in a racing game already. He was playable in Donkey Kong Barrel Blast.
Oh, true. True, he was actually. His lanky arms and just kind of flailing around. Somehow, like he just kind of bends them. They use his steering wheel.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess I'll say like the next character I picked wouldn't be as lanky as those guys. But if like a newer pick, and you may have known this character for a bit. He was on Scott's video.
Scat the Waz.
Scat the Waz video. I think that we should put Prince Florian from Mario Wonder
I didn't remember that you even put it there. I guess I didn't watch the video. I kind of just looked at what he put at the end. That's why I had to watch it. Just didn't get around to it. Prince Florian from Mario Wonder.
I think I have some Mario Wonder love in there.
I like the vibe. I don't have Prince Florian on my list, but he was also on my maybe pile. Had to cut down a lot, you know. It was a tough crowd. But I do like Prince Florian. He's kind of like the new guy of the Mario series.
Yeah.
Just, he might have potential to be a regular. We'll see. He's kind of like a little green Wiggler, a little bit. But he's like kind of a cute little one. Definitely a small guy if he's playable.
Yeah, I think
that's him up actually.
Yeah, like if Toad can be in the game, I guess he's not like that small. But it's a pretty small guy. If babies can drive.
Point out that he stays on your head in Mario Wonder. And Toad is a playable character in that game.
I know too, actually.
There's literal size comparison.
Badge system? Oh my god, imagine they put a badge system just in Mario.
That would be insane. Badge system, Wonder Flowers, imagine. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and suggest a character that is from Mario Kart Tour but not playable in another kart game. Someone that needs to be playable in another karts game. Also playable in Mario Golf Super Rush. So another king. Another king. We've already got King K. Rool. We already have King Boo. That one's just confirmed.
Yeah.
How about King Bob-omb?
Bro. I have a toe!
Okay, King Bob-omb makes the guaranteed list.
King Bob-omb!
We're here. King Bob-omb. We love to see it. Already playable in a Mario Kart game, so we know that they thought about it.
No, it's possible.
They've done it even.
Yep.
He's been sized down to flavor, you know. And that size down isn't as crazy as like iRock. So. And he's a big round guy. Definitely a heavy character, but you know, I love his mustache. He's got a great mustache.
Yeah.
And in many ways, one of the most iconic characters from Mario 64.
I think so. Yeah. Whoop whoop whoop.
Yeah, he's got like a deeper version of the Bob-omb sound.
Beep, 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 beep.
An icon from that one Mario Party minigame.
Oh yeah. Infuse it or lose it.
Diffuse or lose.
Or diffuse it. Diffuse or lose, yeah.
Okay.
Something like that.
On the list.
Okay. Yeah, sure, I'll do it. Let's do it. Hand on the actually, maybe not hand on the table. There's two characters I think I have on here that's like hand on the table. A little wonky. I think one of the characters actually you probably had because we did mention it before. That may or may not be on your list. It's definitely on my list. I'll tell you that much. And that's bring it back from Mario Kart 7. Honey Queen. Bring her back.
Okay, Honey Queen also on my list.
Okay.
Bringing her back, baby.
Bring her back.
Honey Queen. People were like, yo, who the fuck wants Honey Queen? Nah, bro, it's not about what you want. Sometimes something shows up and you're like, I didn't know I needed this. And that's what the Honey Queen was.
I didn't know.
And when they add iRock to the new Mario Kart, everyone who wasn't part of this video will be like, oh, I needed this. I didn't think about it, but I needed Honey Queen's the same thing.
Once he like debuted in the Mario Kart 7, it's like, yeah. And it's like you can't like you imagine they cut her out in 8. It's like, why'd you do that?
Yeah, why would you think we wanted Pink Gold Peach and Baby Rosalina instead of Honey Queen? Nah, bro. We fuck with Honey Queen, bro. Everyone fucks with Honey Queen. If you don't fuck with Honey Queen, what's wrong with you? It's a giant bee.
One of those characters again that you might have to just like downsize, but like how they did.
They already did it.
But they did do it already, so like it makes sense.
That's why once Honey Queen, you know, changed the game when she was announced. At that point, you're like, that dragon from Mario Odyssey, I could see it.
Anything could be dragons.
I could see it. They can make the magic work if Honey Queen made it. I'm gonna go ahead and suggest a little cute dinosaur friend. A very important part of Bowser's Fury. I'm saying we bring Plessy as a playable character.
Holy shit. Yeah, I can see it.
Another dinosaur to join Yoshi and Birdo, who I guess is a dinosaur. I'm not sure about Birdo, but
yeah, it's kind of
Plessy join the game. It's a cute, big orange friend. Playable in 3D world in those Plessy ride stages, and in Bowser's Fury. That's how you get around, bro. It's an essential part of that game. Plessy even has his own theme. It's just called Plessy's Ride. Every time we get on Plessy, the music starts playing. You're like, yo, that's what I'm talking about.
I can see it.
We don't love, we fuck with Plessy, bro.
Fuck with Plessy. Plessy doesn't want to be driven on. Doesn't want to be ridden on anymore. Plessy wants to be in the action. He wants to be with the best of them and try to get some dubs.
He's gonna race the world themselves. Plessy.
I'll put this guy in. Bit of another, a bit of an RPG. Mario RPG, not Mario. Well, okay. Well, hold on. RPG as in Mario and Luigi RPG, which I've yet to play this game still, and I really want to play it because I really like Mario and Luigi games. But I'm thinking put Fawful in this game, man.
Man, I really considered putting Fawful on the list. But quite on it. But Fawful, great character, iconic character. What a character that shows up in 3 Mario and Luigi games. 3 of them. Very few characters can say that. They showed up in 3. He was like the secondary villain of Superstar Saga. It was kind of like a secret side character in Partners in Time. And that was the main villain of Bowser's Inside Story. When you think Mario and Luigi, you think of Fawful. Bro said, I have Fury, and you're like, I fuck with that.
You know what? I like this guy.
I like that, bro.
I go with it. I fuck with this guy.
It would be interesting to see what he looks like in a 3D environment, but I'd like to see it.
I think he'd be I think he'd make a nice laugh. He'd give a nice laugh to the competition.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
a guffaw even.
A guffaw.
A chortle, if you will. Alright, I'm gonna stick with the Mario RPG vibe here. Because this character, I was gonna pick one Mario RPG character. Awful didn't quite make my list. I was also thinking Vivian from Paper Mario 1000 Year Door, a favorite of mine. I just thought it would look weird in 3D, so I wasn't sure if I was gonna put her in. I went with from the original Mario RPG. Not Gino, but a little cloudy friend called Mallow.
Oh, okay. You know what? I did have him as an extra, but I think I'll put him in. Maybe I'll replace another one because I do. That'd be kind of cool. Mallow.
Mallow is just. He's the first partner you get in Mario RPG, so he's there for most of the adventure. He's just a cute little guy. He thinks he's a frog when it starts. He has cool magic abilities, can summon thunder and snow.
That's so cool.
He's just looks so soft.
Yeah, he'd be like
funny little striped pants.
He's a cute little guy. Cause it did look like a lot of like the side characters. And yeah, I did look at Prince Mallow, just like the whole like tribe he's a part of.
Yeah,
that's like they're just all cloud people.
Cloud people. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. I was gonna say something else now. I forgot about him. Oh well. Oh no, I remember. Because there's it's like the thunder, the evil thundercloud item in Mario Kart Wii.
True, he does kind of look like that in a way.
Yeah, he's a bit of a nicer guy. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. What else do I have that I can put? You might be kind of mad at me for this one because, like, okay, I do like these characters. I think as separate would be just like too much because they did take up a lot of the roster in Mario Kart 8.
Okay.
So my idea. Well, I have two ideas. One idea is you split because they all have different like weights.
They are
So I
kind
was
of all
thinking
different, yeah.
because like the ones that are like similar in weight, just have them like as like swaps of each other. You know,
Gotcha.
either that or you just put them all in like. Because I was thinking either that or like how the Miis are. Because you pick like the Mii is like one icon, but like depending on like the Mii you pick, is like it changes your weight and like your the type of racer you are. So you can just do it like that, where it's just kind of like one character that you just kind of swap around on, and that just kind of dictates what weight class you are. So I think the Koopalings should maybe come back, but just kind of a bit
Gotcha.
different.
Koopalings in a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't have the Koopalings on my list just for the reason that I feel like they take up a lot of space in a limited roster. And I
Yeah.
didn't. It was kind of like hard to put all of them. Well, but only put one of them. Did like or like a couple of them. Like at what
It's like
point
a
do you
few of them.
cut them off? Like you can't really like take a couple. The only one you could argue maybe you could take and ignore the rest is Ludwig, but because
Yeah.
he's kind of like the main one. But
I maybe like you could. I guess you could probably just put like one of each class then.
Yeah.
Put Lemmy. 'Cause he's like the smallest one.
Lemmy. I
guess
think
like-
Larry's also considered a light. Wendy, I think, is a light in Mario Kart as well.
Yeah, they're both lights.
Yeah, Larry,
Ludwig,
Wendy,
Iggy.
and Lemmy are lights, and then Ludwig, Iggy are medium,
Yeah.
and then Roy and Morton heavy.
Roy, I think like Roy is like heavy, but it's like Morton's like a super heavy because he's really big. Roy is like a heavy.
True.
But yeah.
Through
So I think yeah,
them,
I had them at like one slot, just to kind of like make
Gotcha.
more room for other people. But I did have the
Alright.
idea, like I said before, of just kind of like separating them by like weight class.
True. Alright. I mean, I can see it. Of course, in Smash, we kind of have them all in one character, even though they're not the same size. They kind of just get resized in a weird way. So just Morton looks really tiny in Smash because they made him the same size as Bowser Jr.
Yeah. It's really funny. He's like a little guy.
I decided that in Mario Odyssey we have a bunch of species type characters of different sizes. I wasn't exactly sure how heavy each one is, but there's a couple that were on my mind. One of them is a Toasterinian.
You know what? Yeah, I remember you going off about a lot of the
I'd like
Mario
to
Odyssey
see.
characters.
I'd like to see Toasterinian. There's another one that they'll bring up later. Toasterinian, I think would classify as a light character. Maybe he's just kind of little skeleton guys with hats, sombreros. I think we should consider a Toasterinian roster.
Yeah, I could see it.
I think the Mario Odyssey species have been underutilized, considering how many of them there are.
Many, yeah, they're kind of like unique too. They're all like their own little.
Very unique. There's like nothing quite like them, really.
It's like every like world you go to is just like a different culture, different mans that you can interact with and stuff.
It's not like they're like a type of Koopa or anything. They're all completely just a different thing.
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure. Now that you mentioned like species again, actually now that I think about it, maybe this is not the best idea since we have a certain character that just is wearing what looks like this character. So maybe it's not the best per se, but you know they're just cool guys, man. They're just very tropical mans.
Okay.
You know, like driving as a Pianta, I think would be kind of
Pianta, gotcha.
I think it'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I thought Piantas actually show up in a lot of Mario Kart games as like background characters. They show
Yeah,
up
they're
in
like what? It's just like
Double Dash
Peach
and
Beach.
in
Yeah.
DS. Yeah, Peach Beach, Daisy Cruiser. I'm pretty sure they show up. Delfino Square, Coconut Mall, the
Yeah.
Sunshine Airport. I'm pretty sure they show up too. They're in a
Yeah.
lot of them.
Yeah.
That's like 4 different. I think they're in Mario Kart 7 as well. On Coconut Mall and Daisy Cruiser.
I think they're unutilized. Yeah. I think we need them or unutilized as in they're just like NPCs. They need to be in the fray as
True.
well. Like imagine Chuckster, bro. Chuckster.
I'm a Chuckster, bro.
He's a Chuckster. He's gonna chuck you to the back of the back of the pack.
Must be a weird relationship between Pianta and Il Piantissimo.
Yeah, that was like maybe I guess you'd probably just have one or the other. But
Yeah, well, maybe we'll consider it. It's on the maybe pile. I don't have Pianta on my list, but I was on my maybe pile just as a cool guy, and playable in Mario Baseball alongside the other one, the Nokis.
they wield like trees. It's
Yeah,
like
they do
bats.
hit it with the tree, like a palm tree.
Crazy. Like a
And they
palm
kind of
tree.
are palm trees. Like that's what they are.
Yeah, there's palm tree people. Rather large palm tree people, but still palm tree people.
I'm gonna go ahead and go with that. Just mention that other species out from Mario Odyssey that I would like to see. Probably the one I want to see even more so. A Volbonin. That's of
Okay.
course the fork people
Right.
of Mount Volbono. I think playing as a fork guy would be pretty cool, especially with the little chef hats they all have.
Yeah, true.
I'm trying to see Volbonins playable in Mario Odyssey, Mario Kart, and Odyssey. Mario Odyssey play as a Volbonin. That would be insane.
Mhm.
He has a hat already.
Mhm.
He has a hat to do those tricks on.
Yeah, he does actually.
I thought Volbonin might be a medium character. He seems a little bit bigger than the Toasterinians.
True.
Yeah, I'm trying to see those guys. Just that's my favorite species of all those guys, all the different ones in that game.
True. Those are good species in that game. I think my personal favorite is like the big fluffy mans and
The Shiverians.
Shiverians. Yeah, those are great guys.
They race too.
And they also.
I thought about them
I actually
too. They were
thought, I actually
close,
thought
but
about putting one.
reality is my heavy roster is very stacked. Like
There is a lot of heavy
I
mans.
feel like the heavies is stacked, but the mediums I got so much space.
Which is weird because you think like medium would be like a lot of characters would just kind of fit the medium vibe as
I
like
think
just
so,
general mediums.
But then Mario characters tend to go into little guys or big mans.
I think I have like a couple more here. So I think I'll just put put these guys on like just one shot. So I'm thinking they're kind of similar. One of them they're both kind of Mario Kart 8. One of them I'm getting a bit of a twist because I'm hoping maybe they do like a remaster of this sort of game, HD
okay.
if you will, in
HD.
Switch 2. So first one I'll just put Villager, just bring Villager back.
Gotcha, the Animal Crossing villager.
Animal Crossing Villager,
Seen
but don't
that
put
one
it as
before.
like different, like the genders, just don't put it just put it all in one.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's kind of what they became. They were separated originally, and then they got put together.
Yeah, they did
later.
that actually. Yeah. I
Same
think
with
so,
the
yeah.
Inklings. They do the same thing with those guys.
It's like, yeah, why are you putting them separate? They're just like the same thing.
Yep. Technically, I think their stats are different, but
Oh, sure.
I think the female one has stats like Peach, and the male one has stats like Mario.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah. Yeah. So to go along with that is sort of other character that was in from Mario Kart 8. Link, but not regular Link, Toon Link.
Toon Link. Alright. You're trying to put Toon Link in the game.
Bring Toon Link. Also, it'd be good because then you meet another medium character. Because he'd probably be medium character.
True, like a medium Link. Yeah, I could fuck with. Actually, I have Link on my roster as well, but Link could kind of go in many ways. A lot of links. I could even just make my Link a Toon Link. You know?
Yeah, just mix it up a little bit. You know?
I feel like that fits the vibe more too.
Yeah. More he's not as like humanoid as like Captain Falcon or something.
Yeah, you already have enough with Captain Falcon on your roster, so. And going alongside Link, I did have another Zelda character on my list. That's I said her name already. Zelda, I think, should join Link in Mario Kart,
Yeah.
and we'll throw in Toon Zelda to match Toon Link.
Yeah.
They're kind of the same size, actually, so.
They're very the same size, yeah.
I think
Both like.
I think that'll be a great addition. If we're gonna get another Zelda character, Zelda makes the most sense.
Yeah, because imagine the release they announced like Wind Waker HD. That was people thought we were gonna bring to the Switch as like a port, an easy port, but
It hasn't happened. Hasn't panned out yet. Maybe Switch 2. Maybe
Switch 2. I mean, like even more HD. Well, like even more HD than the HD version.
Yeah. My thoughts. Yeah, I'd put in Zelda. I think she fit for the vibe.
Yeah, man, I can see it.
Alright.
I think I might be it. Or
I have a few more actually
on
my roster here.
Okay.
A bunch of guys. First of all, I've been thinking of putting in a WarioWare character,
Yeah.
Yeah. We've gotten Luigi adjacent series mentioned with Polterpup and Egad. And then, King Boo's already there. We got Yoshi with Kamek and whatnot. We got DK, we've mentioned like a million cons. I think Wario should bring another character, and I was thinking those were two characters I was thinking about. Mona is one of my favorite characters. I'd probably put her in, but also like the most popular character, we could put Ashley. She's a big popular one. Mona would probably be a medium. Ashley would be a light character. Ashley would do great if they brought the Zoom broom back.
True.
I think both of them worth consideration.
Yeah, man. I can see it.
Just rattle off a few more of what I got. You said you're all out, right?
I think I'm all out, yeah. Well, I technically have to have another extra, but I don't know. I guess I could put it. But
True. I guess you also have the Koopalings. It's kind of like a certain amount of characters.
Yeah, well,
I just see who else I have here that I haven't mentioned. I'll save this one for last, actually. I also thought about another Luigi character. Another Luigi's Mansion character. I think one of the ghosts from Luigi's Mansion 3, almost any of them, would be pretty cool.
Yeah, like your own little shtick, yeah.
I feel like, you could go with Helen Gravely, who's kind of like the villain of that game, but I think some of the other ones are cooler. The two that stick out to me are Mort and Cersei. Mort is like the movie director one.
Yeah, okay.
I think that one's pretty cool, and Cersei is like the Egyptian pharaoh one. I think those are the coolest ones there.
Yeah, they'd be probably the most interesting boss fights as well.
Yeah, I was also thinking about the shark guy too.
Sure.
But I think Cersei and Mort, I think, fit as like a medium character. The shark guy definitely heavy. He's like Captain Fishhook, I think is his name.
Yeah.
And like I said, the heavy roster, a lot of them. And speaking of heavy, there's one heavy I haven't mentioned yet. I just mentioned the series that we've gone to: Luigi, Yoshi, Wario, DK. There's a Peach game that came out last year.
I vaguely remember that. Yeah.
Princess Peach Showtime. There's a villain in that game called Grape.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'd love to see Grape playable in that game.
Yeah. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah.
So you just get a little everyone's little side series in there.
A little
Didn't
bit
go,
of
didn't do too much.
representation.
Just that one, because they're all like adjacent Mario series. Wario's probably the most removed, but I feel like throwing one in there. Why not? At least one, maybe two. But yeah, for Princess Peach Showtime, I feel like Grape is kind of like Peach's rival. I mean, the Peach and a Grape, I guess. And there's like two. There's one plus one, like set of characters from my last two. I'm gonna bring up. There's another game made by the Mario Kart team. Little game known as ARMS. I feel like they're totally putting in something from ARMS. They make that game, bro. They literally made it.
It makes sense. At least like a course.
Yeah, an ARMS course. And an ARMS character, yeah, Springman, Minman, one of those two, I feel like. Minman's probably the most popular one. Springman's, of course, the main character. So one of those would make the most sense. And the last character, full bias, but also, is it that bias? I feel like Nintendo loves this character. Olimar?
Fuck, I actually probably should have put him on, to be honest.
I feel like Olimar should be... I think he should be playable, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Just have him, like... Maybe don't even have him, like, steer. Just have, like, the Pikmin steer for him. That'd be really funny.
True. Pikmin steering with Olimar just kind of commanding them. I'd like to see a bunch of Pikmin on the cart with him.
Yeah, just like a bunch of guys. They're just, like, hanging on for dear life. Try not to fall off the cart.
True. Yeah, I think Olimar will probably be a light character, so...
He's a rather small individual.
So now we've gone... amongst our characters, I think we've actually only managed to fully get 14. Diddy Kong, Egad, Dixie Kong, Blooper, Il Piantissimo, Nabbit, Kamek, Link, Wiggler, Petey Piranha, Funky Kong, Poochie, King Babam, Honey Queen. So from our list of maybes, let's put 22 more characters. So we did go ahead and have a discussion on who those last characters are going to be for our roster. But this video's gone on long enough. I think I'm just going to put up the graphic here of all the characters. This is our final roster. Love it or hate it, we just think this would be pretty cool.